Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Feuding Bros podcast. Welcome to this new episode after a couple weeks out, coming down from the AFCON.
Yeah,
Yeah, uh, yeah, man. So, how you guys are, man? How have you been the last couple of weeks? It's been what, 2, 3 weeks now? Yeah, how's it been going for you guys? I know everybody's sad since AFCON. Football is not quite the same.
man. You don't say,
So,
you don't
yeah.
say.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. So yeah, how are you? How are you, Freddie, man? How are you? Let's start with you.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Not too bad, as you said. The come down from the high of the Afcon. There's nothing we can do to get back to that. Because man, that was epic. Just having Afcon and then you had Premier League going on at the same time. That was pretty cool. So
Yeah,
right now we're back to the weekly schedule. Maybe a little bit now, with Champions League, but yeah, trying to keep up.
yeah, man. Yeah. What about you, Jan? How's
Yeah,
it been
man.
going?
But first thing I want to do is come on, come on, come on. Are
Let's
you
go,
mad?
let's go.
Champions, man.
The celebration is delayed, but let's go.
Nah, that has to fit
Come
in
on,
there. Come on, are you crazy, man? African champ. Don't talk to me, man.
That's
Don't
right.
talk to me.
don't talk, don't talk to us, man.
I'm gassed, man.
For
Gassed.
I'm
real.
so
Gassed. Don't talk
Didn't
to me.
see that coming. So we're taking it.
so
Yo, from where we came to now, woo, to be
Yeah.
champion today.
yeah,
Unbelievable. I mean, AFCON, like you guys said, just the come down from it. It took me a minute to readjust.
Yeah.
Even
yeah,
during the tournament, I was watching Arsenal and I was like, but obviously Arsenal was doing well too. But I was just watching it and I'm like, I was numb. I was like, okay, well, you won. Okay, well, I
Yeah.
got other things to worry about.
Yeah.
I got other things to worry about right now, man. You get me? So yeah, yo, what a beautiful story. Even like for the neutrals, man. I mean, I know we are from Ivory Coast, so obviously
For
we feel
real.
every little bit of it. But I think for the neutrals, it's just like an incredible story to
Right.
like they call us les revenants, the vampires to
yeah,
come
yeah,
back from the dead like this,
yeah.
and
For
Came back
real.
from the dead.
and to win it. And there's so many stories, so many plots inside the
Yes,
main story and everything. I mean, I
yeah,
wish we could have recorded right after it. It's been a couple of
yeah,
weeks, so it's come down a little bit,
yeah,
but
I
yeah,
know.
beautiful story for us.
For real.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was awesome. I mean, we couldn't have scripted it any other way, really. like when you even like had an idea of the tournament, and like obviously we all wanted our team to win, but definitely nobody expected it to be in these
At all. At
circumstances.
all.
Yeah, in this way.
And to win it like
Yeah,
that, it's like
yeah,
the the easiest game was probably the final, and we still came from behind on that one too.
Literally. Yeah.
But that
yes, yes,
I
yes.
did not feel as stressed at any other game.
For
Like
real.
I
Yeah.
did not. I did not. I did not.
even when we went 1-0 down, I was like, you know what, we're coming back. Like
For
We
real.
got that.
we got this.
We
I'm
were
not scared.
dominating the game. Like all
Yeah,
the chances
We
were
were
on that
dominating
side.
from
They
start
had
to
like one corner, dodgy corner, ball get flicks up. Lucky header, I can say, falls on his
I
lap.
mean, it's not lucky. It's a great. I thought it's a
It's a
great
great
goal, but
header. It's a great header.
it's just Aurier as usual, just being bullied like an idiot.
Yeah.
Just got mounted on him. He got mounted on, man.
we
Shit.
got
Seriously.
mounted. We
Yeah.
got mounted. We got mounted. I don't
I
know.
can't believe, I
I
can't
mean,
believe it's good.
he was the only one I did not want to see. I mean, obviously they had to start him because he's captain in the final,
Yeah.
but I was like, this guy is useless, man. When that single came on, you see the difference. Every
You see
game,
the
anytime
difference, yeah?
you
Yeah.
see the
Just solid
and
at the back. Aurier
Aurier
is
has
just,
it's
been
just
done. It's
solid.
been
yeah,
done
it's been
for
done.
2-3 years now, man. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
There's
I
nothing
guess he
left
was
for
there for experience, but not much else.
yeah, not much else. But yeah, man, it was so awesome in so many ways. And what do you guys think of obviously this? I don't know that I've seen a tournament an AFCON tournament as followed and as mediatized and as basically it was everywhere, like Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want to be on, any of the results. And even if it's like, I don't know, Gambia versus I don't know, some random team, and people were like reacting to stuff and like
Yeah.
Yeah, like what do you think? I don't know, the legacy, I guess, of this tournament, like where can it maybe take us going forward? Because I feel like this is a precedent now that has been set, and we really can't really like accept any less at this point, you know. Like the next one has to go even higher, and we have to keep going, you know. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what I was
definitely.
thinking.
High standards, high standards. I mean, the you cannot go any lower than this now. I mean, this is the standard that's been set. Good luck to Morocco for next year because they have a lot of work to do, man, to try and equal that. Yeah, as you say, the most mediatized AFCON ever. I mean, I was so shocked to see it on on Sky, and then
On
for
Sky.
yeah, and then for the semifinals, I think the BBC took it over.
Wow.
The BBC took it up. Yeah, so it was on the BBC too. It was everywhere, 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 and I've never seen that, for an AFCON before. In terms of the organization, there's not much you can complain about. Obviously, there was a little bit of a ticketing problem that was quickly resolved, and apart from that, like you said, most games. I mean, AFCON, you will never in AFCON have full attendance for every game. But in comparison, you can only compare compared to other tournaments, previous tournaments, and this tournament shattered all records, and it's just something to be proud about for CAF and for Africa as a continent. Yeah, definitely.
And even on the attendance thing as well, we have to see that now it's a 2014 tournament, so there are a lot of games that are just like, you know, people are just like, like I'm not gonna go watch, I don't know, Mauritania versus, you know, like there's a lot of like games now that you're just like, you don't expect them to be good, so you're not gonna spend your money on that. But having seen now this tournament and having seen that every game can give you some drama, can give you some highs and lows.
Those teams are playing, man.
Those teams are playing.
They really are. They were one of the best teams on the field, like just playing football, man. They were
playing football,
the level is up, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. The level is up, and I think that's just contributed to the whole, the whole success, mediatic success of the AFCON. Just the fact that all games were interesting. It beat all the cliches of strong African teams just going to launch the ball and we're all going to run and just push each other, shove each other. It completely broke that because you saw actual football. You saw passing, you saw movement, you saw just the animation. You saw goals, like an average of 2 goals per game almost. That's insane. Like the whole.
It's the AFCON with the most goals.
Obviously
you cannot compare it with other ones because there's more teams now and everything.
True.
The format is slightly different. But hey, like I said, just record shots.
For real. For real.
Yeah. And another interesting thing, like you guys were saying, the level is up. I feel like we're seeing a lot more expats. Oh, what is it, expats? The world, but like dual nationals that are coming back and that deciding to play for their country. I mean, for one reason or another. I'm not gonna go into the reasons, but like, I mean, our team, we had a lot of guys that grew up in France. I mean, you see Jeremy Boga, you see Fofana, the keeper. Like a lot of guys that I'm not even sure they spend much time in Ivory Coast. I don't know. I don't know, but they don't look like it. They were here, they were playing. I mean, they were there. They look proud to represent their country. And you see teams like Mali, like Congo, that previously would have like maybe 1 or 2 maybe good players. Now they have a team, maybe like 7, 8 guys playing at a good level that are playing for them now. So it's like, the level is definitely, even the smaller teams are like pushing higher and higher, which is only good for us.
Definitely. That's the thing.
I feel like we expect a lot in the World Cup as well.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all gonna It's all going to trickle down to other areas of African football in general. And the thing is, as you said, like now there's more professionals that are coming back, and we knew that if that was the case, the level was just going to go up. You look at France team, like how many of them can you pick out and put them in an African team? You know, if those guys stayed and played for the national team, then obviously the level was going to go up, even if it's just a little. But now you have an accumulation of people staying or coming back to their the motherland, let's say, and playing for the team. And naturally, we're seeing improvements all around the tournament.
Yeah, and just to add to that, yeah, it's a good thing for them to come back, but there's also the fact that there are more and more African players, playing abroad too. So in native Africans just getting that experience abroad, that is also contributing to the level of African, increasing. So it's all a mix of everything. I mean, like you said, we're not going to go into the details of why this binational came back. I'm sure some of them have some dodgy reasons, but we're not going to go into it. Okay, but it's just and African football is is different to other.
It's different.
Like, when you come, you have so many things to put in factor. The quality of the pitch, the weather, the supporters, the way we support is different to any other places on earth. So all of that it just takes some adaptation, some acclimatization. So yeah, kudos to these people who want to represent the country today, the country of birth. Yeah. So I mean, I'm just for somebody who has seen so many African Cups. I'm just flabbergasted.
Buzzing up,
You start from the ceremonies to the organization, to the football, to
just the life. It felt like a big party.
Seems to be, and
if it's vibes, we got vibes for days. If it's vibes, we're always gonna win on vibes.
Cherry on the cake is us winning too. So the only thing is that I wasn't there to experience it.
That's don't tell me about it. Like man. We need a redo. The next 10, 15 years, I'm sure we can win it again because people are still going to be on that hype. And if nobody can do better, man, it's coming back. It's coming back.
I mean, these guys, a lot of them are really young. A lot of them are really young.
The team.
A lot of them.
But there's this thing. There's the curse of the winner. There's just
there is. Honestly, I'm not expecting anything for us.
No.
We'll still be celebrating, so I'm not expecting anything.
For real.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, that's great. That's great. Honestly, like we said, we hope to see a great legacy from this tournament, and we hope it's a good platform for it to step up and get to the forefront of the world football, media, and everything. And also we hope to see something good at the World Cup from more African teams now. I think it's like 7 or 8. Yeah. So
we got seven spots now, right?
7 spots. So yeah, hopefully we'll see something good there too. So yeah, but let's move on to the Prem. I mean, there's been a lot going on.
Exactly. This show is called Feuding Bros for a reason, So we cannot be agreeing too much on this platform. That's not good for the show.
That's spot on, man. That is spot on. And the annoying thing is that Manu had been winning, and we didn't do one episode.
I know, right?
The week we got destroyed.
You can count on these guys for nothing, man. For nothing.
I can't even remember y'all's win. So I mean, you're gonna have two losses in a row because you got City next. So
I know, man. You can count that one out already.
But to be fair, I'll be behind you guys. I need you to do something. I need you to do something. Can we count on you? That's another thing.
And no Hoyland. I mean, like we have no hope.
That's the biggest downfall right now.
Yeah, we have no. I don't even know. But I mean, I guess let's start there. Let's start there. Fulham
Yes, since we're on the subject, let's start with United.
I mean, yeah, Fulham 2 United. We didn't do anything in the game, and the weird thing was like, it's been going like this where we've had so many games this season where we do absolutely nothing. We do absolutely, it's a complete disgrace. And like, I don't know, we might be 1-0 down or 2-0 down even, and we'll get a terrible goal out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, like, we're amazing.
Like, where was your world-class player, Mainu? Mainu, world-class. Where was he? Where was he?
He played well.
He played well.
He played well. But
the real problem came through when Casemiro went out.
Okay.
He played well. I mean, he wasn't at his best. It wasn't his best game, but he wasn't. I don't think you can fault him for anything in this game. He played all right. When you saw when Eriksen came, I mean, we weren't great before that, but Eriksen comes on. The man has 0 legs. 0 legs.
It was shocking.
No, that's Casemiro. I don't know what Casemiro is still doing on the field. Casemiro just looks lost now. I don't know what happened to me.
Like, look out of shape.
It's just different from what he was last year.
Literally,
this guy, man. He can't run. I mean, he has a few flicks here and there. I mean, of course, he's busy and that, but he's not. It just looks out of pace, man. It's just
It is. It really does. And I think like he put everything he had into last season just to shut people up. And then
those other guys, him and Eriksen.
And they're like, we.
I mean, Eriksen is doing what he can. Eriksen has never been that long-busting, a runner in any team. Eriksen, if you're gonna play Eriksen, you need people like Mainu, people like I don't know, runners around him. It's like we're gonna come to it. It's like having Jorginho in your team. You can't expect Jorginho to be playing, like a prime Makelele. No, that's not gonna happen.
Definitely.
He's a bowler.
For sure.
He's a bowler. But I think the biggest disappointment in your team is Marcus Rashford. I don't know what this guy is doing.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
I agree. You tell me about it. You tell me about it.
I agree. I agree on so many levels. And the thing is, you can't really take last season, and I mean, nobody really thought he was gonna come from last season and be the guy, right? I mean, some people were still optimistic. They were like, oh yeah, Rashford, if he can just do half of what he did last season, I think we would have been a little bit better off. But the fact that he has zero output, like he has zero output. He does the same thing over and over. Whether it works or not, that's really not his business. People know what you're gonna do, bro. You do that every time, and you keep trying. And especially with Fulham, putting him up front, we know that that's something you should never do. He will not give you anything, literally, and that's literally what he did. He did nothing. It's like we didn't even have a front three. We had a front three. He put that little kid, that's Ten Hag. Ten Hag put Forson in there. It didn't help with nothing. I think
he looked lost. I mean,
he was so lost.
You cannot blame him.
You can blame him.
I'm
blaming Ten Hag for putting that kid on that side and putting Rashford in the middle when we know since preseason he cannot do the job there. Like he has no impact there. Why would you do that?
Who would you put there?
At the moment, I think even if you put in Ahmad, and that's not the greatest thing, you can put Ahmad, you can put McTominay there as a false 10. He didn't have much option. I'm not gonna lie. Rashford was the obvious option, and that's because obviously we have.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it was the obvious option. It was the only option because you don't have any other striker.
Pretty much.
Martial?
No.
I mean, where's Martial? He's not playing anymore. This guy's not football anymore. Like, he's into a different sport now.
That's true.
That's the That's the only thing that he could have done. Once Rasmus is injured, you have
Right.
to. I don't know about McTominay false nine. I don't. What's that? I know. I'm not sure that's gonna work.
I think trying things was the key here. Like, I know he's not in the best position to try things, but something you already tried so many times and you know it doesn't work, but you want to force it. You want a miracle to happen on that day. I'm not sure about that.
I think it was in a situation where, sorry, I think it was in a situation where you do them if you do, you do them if you don't. Like,
true. I can agree with that. But just on Rashford alone, like, we know this season is a complete flop for him. I hope he goes after this. Like, that's just period. We need like new blood in the
new blood. I've seen somewhere that he was linked to Arsenal. Oh my God!
No way, man. He's not going there. They're not even going to take him.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I saw it somewhere that he was linked to Arsenal for for the new season coming up. Well, maybe Arteta can do something about that. I mean, there's a player in there. That's why it's so frustrating. There is a player in there,
right?
And we know how good this guy can be. This guy was getting compared to the likes of Vinicius and Mbappe at one time.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. I just don't.
He might be too comfortable. He might be too comfortable. Being there since.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he is at Man U. Is like he doesn't get dropped.
Yeah.
Like enough. He doesn't have that fight for my place type stuff. And I think he needs that. Like some other players, they can still do the job even though they're not I'm starting every week, but they have that self-motivation where they can still be on it, But I think he needs that like, oh, like you need to perform type stuff, and like this guy's gonna take your place if you're not performing.
Right.
Like he needs pressure behind him to push him. And yeah, I mean, we weren't expecting 30 goals, but we were at least expecting you to like be in a like.
What's his record right now? What's his record right now?
I mean, I think he's got like 5 goals,
like five or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's a. I mean, I think Havertz got 6 goals now. So.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, Havertz is Havertz, man. Like,
you can only judge him by his numbers, man. You can only judge him by his numbers.
But, no, I'm saying like usually Rashford, like, will get you close to 20 goals.
Yeah, for real. Usually, that's what you expect from him.
Yeah, that's what you expect from him. You'll get you close to 15 to 20 goals. That's a normal Rashford season. Last season he did even better than that. Nobody
did 30, yeah.
He did 30, so it was amazing. So this season, at least for me, I was expecting, and I think Ten Hag too, everybody was expecting at least you get your 15 to 20 goals from the wing. Maybe Garnacho will get 10 goals, like Højlund maybe 10, 15, like that. Yeah, you're thinking like that, or maybe Martial can chip in with like, I don't know, 5, 10 goals. And that's probably what you're kind of thinking when you're doing your preseason and whatnot. Yeah. But for him to just do, and it's not that he doesn't score, he does nothing.
Exactly. He does nothing. I know you've seen that viral clip of him just strolling around. That was against Luton. That was so embarrassing, guys.
I don't think I've seen it. No.
Oh, bro, just go check it out. It was so sad. He was literally pretending to put pressure on Ross Barkley in the middle of the field. Like, it was literally like, bro, he was so slow. He was ridiculously, like, not even trying at that point. Just, like, strolling, acting like he's putting pressure. And the guy Ross Barkley just not even, like, running or even putting any effort, just rotating, just moving past him like he's not there, bro.
Literally, he went past him like.
I need to look that up.
It's embarrassing because
going towards
that. That's funny.
Turn and went past him again, going towards our goal.
Almost
like Rashford is just like jogging, like
I mean, it's embarrassing because this guy is supposed to be the face of United, coming from the academy, being the big star from the academy. That's why Rashford's supposed to be, but I just don't know what's happening. Is it the coach again? I'm gonna ask about the coach. What do you guys think about that?
I can't blame the coach on this one. That has to be the player because there's other guys around him that have improved. You look at
Yeah, but
Garnacho, you look at
what
Pedri.
is causing? Is it because I mean it's not shit. We know it's not shit. So what is it?
Yeah.
Why is he not playing himself? Is it does he not want to play for the coach?
I
Does he not
think,
want to be there anymore? What is it?
yeah,
What do you think? What do you think it is?
I think
I mean,
that's the
there has to
thing.
be
I
something.
think, uh-huh.
Or is it just the fact that it just lost confidence? I mean, even if you lost confidence, you need to run. Like
Exactly,
that's the
exactly.
bottom line. That's you'll get paid for something, and
Man,
at least run.
yeah.
You
You
know,
know,
McTominay is
yeah,
not great, but at least he runs.
he
He
will put in
applies
the work.
himself.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. But I mean, if you want to walk around like a prima donna,
That's
I
the
mean,
problem, and that's the thing. You can only do that if you've been at the club too long and you're too comfortable. You know, hey, I can just pretend to do the work, and people will love me again, and I will get my place again. And yeah, once that manager is gone, I'll come back again. I'll put in more effort. He knows too much. He knows too much. I think that's what he's suffering from. He knows too much. He has like no motivation really to take Manu to the next step, and that's because you've been at the club for so long. Every time you have to build yourself up. Okay, yeah, we want to win this year. We want to win this year. At some point, like you need extra motivation. You need a challenge, and that's why I think he needs to go. They're talking about PSG now. You're telling me Arsenal. He has option. I think people will take him out there at a decent price, but at Manu, I don't think he can reach another level like he did last year. It's going to be really surprising if he does. But I think there's room to leave to make. There's got to be room to make. There's people that have seen 4 or 5 managers.
how
Like
old is he now? Is he like what, 26, 27?
yeah,
26.
27, 28. I think yeah, something around there.
So I think more,
And he's
it'll be,
probably gonna get called up for England. You say what?
I think it's 26.
Right. Okay.
Hmm.
So he's still so young.
Yeah, it's so
He gets called up for England and all. You gotta go. You gotta go because we can clearly see you don't have the motivation, and you keep us stuck into this type of gameplay, like play, pass it to Rashford, and then we just hold our breath. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna pass this time? Is he gonna cross? Is he gonna dribble? We don't know. He doesn't look like he knows.
It doesn't.
I think we need somebody else to come in there and, as Thierry was saying, like just claim his spot a little bit. I don't know why Ahmad is not given that chance. Just to compete.
It did come on, but
He came
it did.
in.
Yeah, it came on this
Had
game,
a
but
few
he's
nice
usually
flashes, but I mean, there's not much
he
there.
didn't do much. I mean, he's back from an injury, like I
Yeah,
think like a week ago, and he hasn't played at all.
he
So
hasn't
I'm
played. They don't make him play.
he has too much fitness. So
Yeah.
yeah. So but yeah, I mean, like you said, I don't know if we. Well, obviously you want him to get sold, which I totally understand. Like, but I don't know. For me, I would keep him, but I would get somebody that will start over him, and like I will literally just bench him for the start. At least like obviously we can't do anything this season, but like next season, get somebody to take his place, like straight up, and tell him this guy is coming to take your place, and bench him. So we keep him as a cover, as a squad player.
But
I mean, because
is he gonna accept that though? Is he
Yeah,
gonna?
is he gonna? Yeah,
Yeah, they're
I
probably gonna be
mean,
like, okay, well, stuff that. I'm
I'm
leaving.
out. Yeah, might as well just sell him and keep the value because that's the thing. You're gonna put him on the
Yeah,
bench. He's losing value. If he comes back and he's not good enough, then you're losing more value. Like it can be a loss.
is the reason we've kept so many guys, and this guy is on 300 something K a week. Who's gonna pay
Exactly.
that? Apart from PSG, nobody else gonna pay that.
You're
And
gonna have to
like,
compromise.
if you sell him, like, who's gonna come in and put in what 60, 70 mil and then pay him 300 something K a week? You know, we locked ourselves with. We gave him what 5-year contract. We locked ourselves with this guy.
That's true. That
We
was
locked.
recent as well. That was recent.
Yeah. So that's the thing as well. Like, okay, maybe there is a little market, but we're gonna have to lose a lot. Where it's either gonna have to be a small fee because he has a high wage, or he's gonna have to want to take a wage hit. And I don't think he will because he's comfortable here. You know, why would he take a wage hit?
Why would he do that? There's no
That's a
Exactly,
incentive.
good point.
There's no
That's a
incentive
good
to
exactly,
do
point.
that.
exactly. You know. So
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we at least we need to get forwards in. We know we need to get forwards. We know we need to get midfielders because our midfielders really cannot run. Um, Like, I mean, Mainu carries our midfield. Mainu
Literally by
carries
himself. Like once Casemiro went off against Fulham, that was it. That was really it.
that was it.
You're bringing in fillers like McTominay and stuff. Like there's no way. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Bruno.
and I want to touch as well on Maguire. Maguire is supposed to be, you know, this experienced guy. You know, for the second goal for Iwobi's goal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you remember what happened. Like, so you have
A counter.
what's his name?
Yeah.
Traore.
Mm-hmm.
Picks up the ball and then just runs through your defense. But the one thing, the first person he runs past is Maguire. What is Maguire doing at the left midfield position and getting run past? And now you're gonna try and chase Traore, which is who is arguably the fastest guy, you know, in the whole of the Premier. What are you doing there? It's 1-1. The end of the game. You cannot be disciplined in that. What are you chasing? This is the thing. That's why I'm just questioning the fact: is it Ten Hag's tactics, or are they even listening to Ten Hag? Because right now, I know you're chasing the win. You're playing at home. You equalize. You're pumped, and you're trying to go for the win. But you have to have some kind of discipline. And for Maguire to be so far out of position, I thought that was embarrassing. Embarrassing for an international.
And you get past. Like you don't even make the foul. You have no way to recover.
Do something.
It's embarrassing. Yeah. This guy, when he gets up the pitch, even if you know, except when he has the ball, when he gets up the pitch and he's like just facing a defender, he always fumbles the ball. He's either gonna foul him, he's either gonna just run through the guy, and in this case, he's just gonna get past. I don't know why he thinks he's so adventurous. I mean, if you
had a poor game. Why is he back in the team? Where I thought
Martinez he came back and went back again. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, Martinez out. Lindelof had to be left.
Is weird. Shaw is
out.
So we only have that kid Evans and that kid Kambuala. That's really all we got.
Yeah. Well, you got City next. I mean, it's gonna be, you're gonna have to. I mean, you were on a good run, and I think that's gonna be. That's gonna be you guys for a while. You know, a couple of good games, and then 2 step forward, 1 step back, and then it's gonna
for the last 10 years, bro.
That for for a little while. But moving on, today was the Carabao.
Too.
Did you guys watch it? And what are your impressions? I thought that was a pretty good game, to be honest. Considering it was Liverpool and Chelsea, who usually give us the most boring games ever. I thought that was a good final. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I didn't get to watch. I saw the highlights. It seemed like it was a pretty open game. It looked like a fairly even game.
Yeah.
Chelsea got a few chances. Gallagher, man, he missed like so many.
Yeah.
he missed so many chances, man. But yeah, Chelsea got their chances too. Liverpool also obviously did what they needed to do, and Van Dijk, I saw a nice header at the end, and he got man of the match. I don't know why, because he didn't look great from the highlights, but I mean, he got the goal.
Who got man of the match?
Van Dijk.
He got man of the match.
He got man of the match.
People just kissing this man's ass, man.
Literally.
He was literally. I watched the game. I thought, but of course, he scored the winning goal, so probably that's why he got man of the match.
That's why
he was literally carried by Konate today.
Literally, that's been for weeks now.
All season, and he literally, was it him or I saw on social media. I don't know if it was him or something. I think it was him, but he put like a picture like with the trophy, and he's like kind of doing like a wave face, and like the caption was like, they thought I was finished. And I was like,
bro,
really?
Bro,
it's so sad because everybody can see that without Konate, this defense is shambles, like literally. He gets lost as well. And I think like he's
Konate
like
is a beast, man.
Konate is a beast. Like you can get past this guy, even though today I think who was that? Who was he was playing against what, Sterling at first?
And Jackson.
Yeah, it was Jackson. Yeah, Jackson gave them a little bit of a run around, I think so. He was kind of holding his body up, you know. Usually Konate was just he won't let you even like have a sniff, right? So despite Jackson doing so well, you can see all the holes that, you know, Van Dijk be leaving. And I think whose chance was that? I believe it was Modric. Modric was almost one-on-one, and Van Dijk was just like nowhere to be seen on the screen. When I look at
it was Jackson. Jackson went through, and then
Jackson, I think, yeah.
it was
that was
Van
Jackson.
Dijk that was
yeah.
Jackson went through, and Van Dijk that was his position. He was nowhere to be seen, like you said. It was Konate who ran back.
Yeah, and Konate made the recovery
because he almost had a one-on-one situation, but Konate ran back and dealt with it. So that was Van Dijk's fault. I mean, I've seen the comment post games about Van Dijk. Oh, he's a Rolls Royce of a player. He's a capital performance. I'm looking at them. I'm like, okay, well, if that's what you're seeing, then maybe we're not seeing the same thing, because I saw this guy hiding this game. I saw this guy just printing, just giving a responsibility to somebody else.
Screaming out.
Guy is just, like I told you the other day, man, he just believes his own hype.
He does. I've seen him for a while and really paid attention to him, because he didn't used to be like that. I don't know if it's the injury that got in his head. It is hard to come back from an ACL. But to go like, I mean, we saw so many clips against him versus Mbappe, or like other guys that are pretty sharp, pretty quick wingers, and he would just come, like not even sweating, like just like body him, get the ball and pass it. You know, nowadays, oh my days, he stays like 10 yards away, man. He doesn't.
No, because it doesn't come close, because he knows he cannot recover.
Exactly.
He can't recover. If he gets rinsed, he can't recover. And obviously, he's a guy that he plays to look good on camera. I think it's just the way you look. It's just my opinion, right? But I think that's what it is. You know when a keeper, he has an easy save to make, but he makes the most extravagant save for the camera. I think that's what Van Dijk he plays too.
Yes,
he wants to look good. He wants to look like, you know, he's not trying too hard, but he's doing the stuff, man. Bro,
that's what I said.
That was 2 years ago, man. Nowadays, man, these kids will just rinse you.
Yes. For real, his contribution was the goals, and you know, if that's that part, he did that well. You know, almost.
I mean, it's always going to be dangerous in there.
Yeah,
they got disallowed.
The first one got disallowed. The second one is the winner of the match. So he's been surviving on these you know,
these little moments. Big moments, because he won the final.
But yeah, man, Liverpool just again not trashing, because Chelsea did give them a game, especially first half. I think Chelsea was a little bit sharper. Second half, they started deflating a little bit, despite all the changes that Liverpool was making. Definitely, as you will hear people say, it's definitely Chelsea's loss right there, because that was like the only thing they could get this year, and it's gone. So we're talking about Man U, but hey, I know nobody wants to touch on the mess that's going on with Chelsea.
But that's six domestic finals that they've lost in a row.
Wow, they actually made it to 6 finals? I can't believe that.
I think since was it 2018, Arsenal beat them in the FA Cup final, something like that. And lost I think 3 FA Cup finals and 3 EFL Cup finals in that period.
I mean, they're consistent. I mean, they're getting to finals.
They get to the finals.
Losing, but I mean,
consistently bad.
I mean, just to touch on it real quick, is just what I saw a Chelsea team that was that's improving. To be honest, I thought they would get smashed today.
Yeah,
and you can see you can see Pochettino is slowly trying to get a consistent team out there. I mean, if he had a striker today, they win that game in the first half, 2-0, 3-0, and then they're comfortable. Even the second half, towards the end of the second half, there was only one team. Like you said, Gallagher should have had a hat trick in 10 minutes. Literally, should have had a hat trick in 10 minutes. That keeper, that second keeper, what's his name, Kelleher or something?
Yeah, Kelleher.
He saved them big time today.
Yeah,
he's a good player.
He saved them big time because even Palmer also had a chance that he saved, and but it's just when the extra time came, I don't know what Klopp told these guys, but they came out differently.
Yeah,
and but even then, we were all waiting for penalties, and then Van Dijk pops up and gets his moment. But yeah, I can see Pochettino working with these guys and improving. So I'm just happy that Chelsea lost because we wouldn't hear the end of it. Yeah, so that's one trophy for the farewell tour of Klopp. He's still got 3 more to go.
Yeah, they're not playing this year.
And I'm thinking because of that, Liverpool is pretty dangerous because they're gonna wanna win it for him.
For real.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean that Europa League, obviously they're favorites for that. And then I don't know who they have next in the FA Cup, but obviously they'll be up there with the favorites. And the league, man, the league, they're top. They're top, and they know how to win. That's why we think they just know how to win games. Like they know how to hang in there. Like it might not be the prettiest, like, and they always have guys that can come up with moments. Like I mean, it was Van Dijk to Kelleher as well, making some good saves. Like usually it's Alisson when he's fit, like the last ditch saves and stuff like that. And I mean, today they had like a very injury hit team, and they still go out there and they still win.
They did it, yeah. They did
it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of want them to win the league, honestly. I really kind of just want.
Hey, don't say that to the Arsenal fan, man.
I know this guy is the Arsenal fan. He wants his team to beat them, but just for Klopp, man.
No,
just for Klopp.
Talking about the league, that's a good segue there, so we can switch it.
Because
we have some business to take care of.
Business. I mean, in Newcastle, disappointment. I mean, we're talking about Man U, but let's talk about Newcastle too. Like, what's going on with them this season, man? Like, let's deflect on Newcastle. Like,
the hype is dying. The hype is going down. I love to see it. The hype about Newcastle and being strong and being the castle. It's getting ripped to pieces, bro. Getting goals left and right. I love it. Because they thought they were bad.
They did.
I mean, Newcastle, just like you guys have had, you know. I mean, they've been the most hit by injuries this year. I mean,
I agree.
Along with us, and we're getting destroyed for it. Like nobody's like, oh, they've got injuries. They're like, my new son.
Yeah, but you're United. They are.
They've been better financially than us.
You should be able to cope with those injuries better than they do. That's what we're talking about. That's why.
Why is that?
We are on you more than we are on Newcastle. I mean, if you want to compare yourself to Newcastle, you can. You're predicament. But that's why people are on your ass more than Newcastle. But just going back on Newcastle real quick, they've had a lot of injuries. But I mean, I was gonna say, for this game, it's not really an excuse because most of the guys were back.
Yeah, you got Isak that was there.
Yeah, Isak is back. Isak is in and out. He'll play 2 games and be out for 5, and then come back for 2. Just the same as Wilson. You know, the only consistent guy that in the team is Gordon, and he's been playing well. To be fair,
I
I think the Botman and Shaw's are
Oh, yeah.
shadowing themselves.
Yeah.
Botman looked like prime Vidic last year.
Yeah.
Now, since he came back from injury, he looks
Yeah.
like I don't know. He looks like Basong or something. It just looks. It just. I don't know what happened to him. It was so promising, and yeah, I think the main issue with them though is Eddie Howe for as good a job that he's done with them. I think he's reached. I think he's reached
He's
the end of
ceiling.
yeah, his ceiling. I think it's really the end of where you can take him.
You sure about that? Do
Because
you think?
they're not.
Uh-huh.
I think it's taking them as far as it can. I think for them to go to that next level, they'll need to go and find someone better than Eddie Howe.
You don't think it's a player problem? You think if they have better players in some of those positions?
Of course, they need better players, but they're not going to get better players at the rate that you know a Chelsea did it or a City did it, because financial fair play now
Yeah.
is on everybody's case. So you cannot go and spend 200, 300 million every window now.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to be smart about it, because Newcastle is not a club that brings in that much revenue for them to be spending that much. So they're always going to be shackled by financial fair play rules. So in this, you have to be creative. You know, they have players like, Longstaff is not. I mean, he's there because he's a Geordie. Like, he's not. He would not get in any other team apart from Newcastle. He's a poor player. Yeah. They have Joe Linton, who's basically the heart of the midfield. Yeah. He is the strength of the midfield.
And he's not here at the moment.
He's not here at the moment. He's injured. Tonali, he's had his problem. He screwed him up. Now I understand why Milan was so quick to sell him, because they knew that was what was coming.
Right? They saw it.
Good business plan there. Yeah.
That's good.
And you have what's his name, the Brazilian kid,
Guimarães,
very good player, but is in and out, and he needs help. Yeah. I mean, I saw Willock come back. He did score a goal. That's going to help them moving forward, because I think Willock is a decent player for them.
Yeah.
And but I think just regardless of what players you have to have a certain. I mean, they have a defensive problem that's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
As a coach, you have to go back to basics and be like, yo, let's tighten it up.
Exactly.
Let's be hard to beat. Even if let's be hard to beat ourselves. Yeah. But they've been taking goals just how many last week, and then now they're getting 4. They've just been getting too many
each week these last few weeks.
Too many goals, and there has to be a coaching issue. That has to be it. So I think that's where they're at. They're not gonna get much higher than that. I don't think. I think, they're probably 8th, 9th, 8th. That's where they will finish.
Right.
And I believe that's their problem. They need to. They need to get a good coach who's gonna take them that next step.
Yeah.
That's a point. That's a good point. I mean, Eddie Howe, we know him, from Bournemouth. Didn't do too bad there. Came with Newcastle. He was showing some promising things last year, that's for sure. I think they were too eager to get at things, trying to get into the Champions League, trying to get into, they had
too eager.
You say what?
You say they were too eager to get to the Champions League?
Too eager to get to everything. I'm like, guys, you guys just made your comeback. You say what? You say what?
What do you play for?
Right.
Of course they want to get into the Champions League.
It's true. You want to get there. You want to please your fans and all of that, but just the manpower was not there. The manpower was lacking, especially this year. Running out of steam. And as you say, maybe it's the coach. Maybe if they want to take it to the next level, that's gonna be the way. But I don't know. I think they need also. I wouldn't say superstars, but they need people to come up. I don't know how is the academy looking, but the same faces, the same guys. I don't know if it's gonna in the long term. Isak needs to settle in and be consistent. You know, if there are Willock and Gordon on either side, that can be good. As you say, Gimaresh needs some help, big time. Hoping Joelinton comes back soon, but as you said, I think 8th, 9th, especially with Brighton now not hitting the best form, but still keeping up, you know, it's going to be tough for them to have any side of any leagues or Europe next year.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, like, you guys have summed it up perfectly. I was surprised. Obviously, there's financial fair play and stuff, but I was surprised. I don't know how their finances are, but that they didn't go for more players in the summer, knowing that they have Champions League now, and it brings an extra, and especially with the way they play, it brings an extra strength because they go 100% every game. They're very much an emotional team where they need to be up for it. They need to be running around, pressing, doing all that stuff, and you can't do that every 3 days. Like, you're gonna die. And that's why they've had so many injuries too. Like, your legs are gonna go. Yeah. So we'll see what they do. But yeah, I think this season they can probably hope for Europa League. I think Champions League is done for them.
That's done.
Yeah, that's done for them. That's done for them. But yeah, I mean, let's think about Arsenal. Arsenal won the game. We're spending so much. We're spending a lot of time on the team that lost. Let's talk about Arsenal, man.
I know Jan doesn't mind. He's saving the best for last.
I know, yeah. I mean, yeah, 5 wins in the league.
No, look at this streak, man. Look at this streak.
Yeah, looking good.
We smashed the Magpies, just like we've been smashing teams. You know what they say? They say we're emptying stadiums right now because everybody,
man,
everywhere we go, people are leaving early, man.
That's true. So what happened though? Because obviously at the end of last year, we saw that was the issue. And everybody was like, they can't score, they're not fluid, they're not. And then all of a sudden, in the new year, you guys are just 1, 2, 3, 4 every game, like just going at it. What was the difference there, do you think?
Dubai. We needed that spread. We needed to go away. We needed to get a little bit of vitamin D, you know. I mean, that's what we needed. Because that's the same thing that happened last year when we came back from Dubai. Hey, we were running things for a while before we went down. Yeah. So no, but to be more serious, I think Arteta's tweaked it a little bit, especially with Havertz not playing him as an orthodox 8 anymore. He's helping because in a midfield he doesn't know what to do. Yeah. He's just running around like a headless chicken. Now he's playing that 9.5 kind of position. I think it suits him better. You can see him, you know, he's not the most skillful, he's not the most, you know, intelligent on the field, just not to insult him or anything. But what he has is running. He's running.
He works hard.
He works hard. And you can see it. He works hard for the day. He's always there for flick-ons. There's that physical presence up front that we've been missing. And in the absence of Jesus, he's been doing the job. And he's doing, like I said, he's not an orthodox striker, especially when Trossard is playing. I know Trossard didn't play today, but when Trossard is playing, they kind of switch around between the 8 and the 9 amongst themselves. So that keeps the opposition guessing all the time. Yeah. I think that's what it is. And the main thing is Bukayo Saka and Martinelli, they are back in form. And that's what we were missing. You know, when these two are on it, we just look like a different team. Declan Rice is just a monster in midfield, and we
did you expect him to be this good?
I expected him to be this destroyer in midfield, but I didn't know he could play that well. The guy can actually play with the ball too. like you see him now. He's on our corners. He's on our free kicks.
Yeah, taking
It's
corners.
like I did not expect it, especially when Odegaard is here. Like where does that come from? You know?
Yeah.
And that's something that Arteta just got out of him.
Yeah.
And the balance with him and Jorginho has been excellent lately.
He really has.
It just like I said, he's the type of player. If he has legs around him, it would look world class. It would look like a world beater, and that's what's happening right now. So yeah, all in all, I was kind of apprehensive about this game because we come back from Europe where we kind of flopped. We lost to Paul, as you guys know, and usually when we come back from Europe, more often than not, we follow that up with a bad result. So I was kind of skeptical about it, but hey, the boys showed up, and yeah, I'm just happy about it. Yeah,
Man.
More of that to come.
Yeah,
you guys on a good run. You guys on a good run.
Definitely a good run.
We got next Sheffield United,
right? Let's see. Yeah, Sheffield. That's
United.
A Monday. I was gonna ask back on the topic of the difference between last year and this year. I mean, I know you're saying Dubai to joke around, but do you think like the same thing as well? Because you said Dubai got them a little boost last season, and this season we're seeing that a little bit. Do you think the same problem is gonna occur when, let's say, a few injuries comes in? Because you guys have been lucky for the most part on that aspect, don't you think?
Of course, injuries is gonna affect anybody. So at the end of the day, we're just hoping for to stay lucky in that aspect. I mean, but I think we are. I mean, there's two positions where we definitely will be worse off if we get injuries there, and that's obviously Bukayo Saka because there's no replacement for him. And if William Saliba gets injured too, just like last year, because that's what derailed us last year. I think we'll have a problem there. So yeah, I mean, Kivior has been playing left back. Is looking well since he's been not asked to do the inverting because he stopped asking him to be in an inverted left back.
Right.
Just be an orthodox left back.
Yeah.
And he looks much better for it.
Yeah.
Because that's why he's not going to be inverting all the time. Kivior, come on. Don't ask him to do what Zinchenko does.
Right.
So that's why he's been looking much better because just keep it simple, basically. So yeah, we have him. We can go in the middle. Also on the other side, Ben White can also go in the middle if we.
Yeah, he's really good.
If we really need it, but I mean, Gabriel and Saliba. I mean, the numbers don't lie. We've been the best in the league by far this year, and that's because of these two primarily. So the longer we can keep these 2 feet and on the field, the better it'll be for us. Yes. So yeah, on that front, let's cross fingers and let's not get an injury. And Bukayo Saka is just a cyborg, so I'm not even worried about it.
This man never gets injured.
He's not even human. So.
And
anywhere else, I think we can cope.
Okay.
And the difference between this year and last year is that this year we're chasing. There's less pressure. Like last year, this game, if we were like top of the league and we played
more pressure
Newcastle, there will be more pressure. I'll be stressed out. But I mean, this year I was a little bit stressed, but not as much because like you kind of know there's not as much pressure on the team now. And when you look at them, they're a little bit more relaxed. If you looked at the game against Newcastle, just the passes were just like pam, pam, pam,
sharp,
sharp.
They were like that. Yeah. I didn't expect Newcastle to be so lost, though. Honestly, they were beat pretty much. They had no answer to the play. Their forward press was not working at all. Getting run through the park, and yeah, that was a solid, convincing win right there. I think you guys can keep it up. I really hope, as you said, the injuries not gonna have too much impact as they did last year if they do come. because yeah, there was really no answer from Arteta after Saliba's injury. This year maybe more so, with Kiwi are getting better. I don't know who else can play center back for you guys though.
Timber as well will come back soon,
Timber,
no?
Timber, when is he coming back?
Timber is back in training. I think
nice.
it's like training. So I think by the end of mid to end of March, he should be back on the field. Yeah, and like I said, we can. Ben White is the center back.
Right.
Yeah.
Of trade, and also Kivio is actually also a center back. They're just center backs playing at fullback right now. So these people can fill in, but obviously, when you have a pair, that doing as well as Gabriel and Saliba is doing, and they understand each other, you have to make sure to do everything to keep them on the field together.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Hey,
and we also have Tomiyasu who.
That's true.
I think he'll probably be my choice if one of Gabriel or Saliba gets injured. He'll be my first choice there. Yeah. Because he's reliable.
Yeah, you guys have some good depth. Some good depth. Let's move on to City and see. I mean, I saw the game. They I don't know about City. They just look like something is not right to me. They just everything is a bit huff and puff. I mean, they dominate games and stuff, but I mean, Haaland, I don't know where his shooting boots have been.
The injury, man. You can clearly see since he came back from the injury.
Yeah, he misses a lot of chances. I mean, we get Darwin. Obviously, he's more clinical than Darwin, but we get on Nunez because Nunez is like a wreck when it comes to finishing, but Haaland too is not far behind him, man. When it comes to that,
you're not gonna compare Haaland with Nunez.
I was gonna say no.
Haaland is better. I'm not gonna say no, but I think
come on, man. In terms of losing, hey, you know what? He's there to miss him. That's any manager will tell you. As long as you're there, keep missing. One day you'll score. So
yeah, for sure. I think even I don't know, I can't remember the actual stat, but I think they're top 2 in big chances missed in the league.
Both of them.
They obviously Haaland is a much better player than Nunez. I'm not trying to say they're the same level, but I don't know. His shooting boots are missing right now, which I guess is good for the rest of the league because they're not just going on these amazing runs like they usually do.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got 1-0 today. Yesterday. Against who was it against again? They played Bournemouth, right?
Bournemouth,
yes. Yeah. So I mean, they're in the mix as well. Obviously, Liverpool didn't play this weekend. But what do you guys think going forward? How is this gonna pan out? Is it gonna go to the last day, or do you think somebody will pull away?
Look, it's a 3-horse race. I think looking at all these 3 teams at the top right now, I don't see who's gonna be willing to let up because City, it's like they're playing on one leg at the moment. But the problem with them is they can do that for a while. They can play on one leg for a good run and still get results. That's something we've seen them do over and over again. Then once it clicks and then they just get the machine back up and running again, then that's it. That's over. It's gonna be really tough for them to find any losses in the last few games. So I think it's going to go all the way because, as Jan was saying, with Arsenal, I think the experience is there now. Arteta really learned from last year. What he did this summer was spot on with all the position that he filled up. Maybe you can argue with Havertz, but the numbers are yet to back him up, So he learned from that, made the changes. So you should expect them to go all the way and be consistent as they are right now. I think maybe they can catch a few draws if they're really not on it that day, but seeing them lose is really something I don't see at the moment. They look so solid, man. Even though they're gonna get the big head, we know them. But City, I just think they're still hard to beat. That's the thing with them. They're still really hard to beat. They can play with one leg for a good while. So I don't see the downfall anytime soon. And Liverpool is just doing it for the manager at the moment. Some of these players, they're like, yo, this guy goes, we don't know when we're gonna get trophies again. We don't know who's coming in. This is the time right now to get all our trophies, get our value up. So they're gonna give it to him. I think it's gonna go all the way to the last day. I think it's gonna be all down to the draws. Some of these three gonna get and lose points on those. I don't see who else can come and just beat them outside of each other. So it's gonna be amongst them, man. It's gonna be amongst them. I think they still got to play each other once, right, before the end of the season. So it might come down to these games.
No, we're not. We're not. But I mean, we're still playing. We still got City to play, but we're not playing Liverpool anymore.
I think you guys played Liverpool twice, right?
We already played Liverpool twice.
You did play Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah, so we got one more game against City.
Right.
And they have to play each other too.
They have to play each other, yeah.
That's right.
What about the top 4 race? I mean, right now, three teams, Villa, Tottenham, and I mean, very, very outside chance for.
Are you putting yourself in there?
I'll put ourselves in there.
We were being in there.
The reason I put ourselves in there is that we somehow I'm looking at this and I'm like, this must be a lie, because somehow we have 14 wins, and I'm just like, how do we have as many wins as Tottenham? like with the season we've been having, like I don't even know.
It is the history of the Tottenham. That's what it is. That's what
the history. But I mean, when the team, obviously the injuries I feel like are killing us, but when the team is there, we can grind wins and we can play reasonably well. I feel like we'll be in and around, and maybe if we go on a run, it could happen. It's very, very unlikely. Obviously, Aston Villa is in the driving seat. Tottenham is there, not too far behind. But yeah, I mean, more of a 2-horse race, maybe 2.5 horse race for the top 4. But what do you guys think?
2.5 is the right. Is the right.
Yeah, 2.5, right?
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, top 4. Are you asking who's gonna be 4th? That's basically.
Basically, yeah.
I don't see you guys getting anywhere near it, to be honest, because I don't think you're consistent enough to get there. So yeah, it's obviously between Villa and Tottenham right now. If I had to put my hand, if I had a knife on my neck, I would probably say Tottenham right now. Just because I think Postecoglou is going to be the difference, because I like him as a manager.
You think it's a real deal?
Real deal. I mean, it's only his first year in the Premier League, but for what he's doing, Tottenham, it just looks like a different team. If you actually like watching Tottenham play, I mean, it's hard for me to say
a tough ask.
You actually do, though.
But I kind of enjoy watching the games, because they play. Obviously, I want them to lose every time. But you're not bored when you're watching the Tottenham game.
Yeah.
And I mean, Villa as well. Villa's got some good players. I mean, Liam Bailey is cooking right now. He's got Diaby on the bench, right? Diaby is not even getting a look in this day. So and obviously Watkins is in that. So I think it's going to be between them, whoever is more consistent, because they're pretty much going to have this kind of a similar record to me from now to the end of the season. I'm going to go on a 2-3 game run where they win and then lose a couple, draw 1 or 2, and then go back and win again. I think it's going to be pretty similar, but I'll probably say Tottenham 4th.
Tottenham? Okay, that's nice. That's good. And I mean, also on the other side, there was some Champions League action. So that was both legs. Yeah, both legs of the first round of the last 16. Were played. So yeah, what were your impressions? I mean, no, not both legs, just the first leg, right? It was just the first leg. I don't know.
Just the first leg, yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I'm saying both legs. But it was both legs for the Europa League playoffs. That's why I'm getting confused.
Oh.
They do, you know, that Champions League dropout versus the guys that come second in the group. Yeah, so that's why that confused me. But yeah, the first legs have been played. I mean, what were your impressions? Wow, who impressed you from these games, and who was a bit of a letdown? I mean, obviously we see Arsenal and Porto there. Yeah, but yeah, who do you guys think was very impressive, and I guess on the other side, who was a bit of a disappointment from the first legs?
If I go first, I would say obviously, yeah, the Porto Arsenal game was a shocker. Honestly,
it was bad.
There was like really the game was really boring. I saw it a little bit of it. I was really bored, and I was really surprised that Porto even find a way to score. Honestly, I think Arsenal. That's what people have been saying. They've been played like they made the game boring. Porto, that's what they like to do, and Arsenal played into their trap and stuff. But I feel like Europe is different, man, in so many levels because you can see the Arsenal we see every week here, at least in the Prem, was not the Arsenal we saw that day. Even though they tried, it's like obviously with Champions League, games are tighter. The teams will give you a harder game. They will put in the leg and all of that. And with that, they were able to kind of stop Arsenal from unleashing. So that was surprising with that loss. At the end of the game like that, really didn't expect it. Napoli as well. It's a little bit of what they did. They kind of just hung around there, and a loose ball to freaking Victor Osimhen. He banged that so well. The defender was being so naive, jumping on him. I forgot what that was. But typical Osimhen just to bury that and just draw the game like that. So I think Barcelona might have a tough run, but not as much as Arsenal is going to have in the second leg. I think that can be really detrimental from not having at least kept the 1 point. But again, the advantage is what they're going to be home, so they're really going to have to count on that 12th man to make the deficit back up.
Yeah, man. I mean, go on, Jan. Go on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say real quick. I didn't get to watch the Wednesday games, so the Arsenal game I was kind of like following it on my phone because I was at work. And when I got home, I watched the highlights. But the thing about like you said, Freddie, that's what I heard too. That the game was just a shocker of a game. Not much happening there. Just stop starts from the start to finish, and just kind of a boring game. But I think that's what that's how Porto set out to to play, because that's the only way they could have got a result, because if they wanted to come and play football, that wasn't going to happen for them. So they got the tactics right on the night, and Arteta is going to have to learn from that, because when they come into the Emirates, it's going to be twice the same, tactics, especially when they're playing away. So if they play like that at home, imagine how they're going to be like away from home, and especially when they have a lead to defend. So so I think that's how it's gonna happen. Just more of the same. I'm kind of scared for that game too, because we do have that record of being eliminated in the last 16 for the past however many years. We haven't gone past the last 16 for so long now, and getting eliminated by good teams and horrible teams. I remember one year we got eliminated by was it Monaco that took us out or something? If I remember. Yeah.
I remember.
That's how it's gonna be. So apart from that, I watched the Inter Atletico game. It was an interesting game, to be honest. It was a very tactical game, but it was good tactical game. I mean, I thought Inter dominated.
I told you about Inter.
That's what I was gonna say. We've heard Alan say that
Yeah.
Inter is the best team in Europe right now, which I did not see on the night.
I did not see that either.
They looked like they were the best team in Europe on that day, but they did dominate the game from start to finish.
They really did.
I think they had a lot of control in that game, which I was impressed about. They do look like a solid team. They have veterans in that team. Just OGs in that team,
right.
So they know what they're doing for sure. Yeah. So yeah. Apart from that, the other two games I can't really say anything about it because I didn't watch anything about it. So yeah. Good luck to them.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was really just impressed by Inter this round. I mean, the other games. If you can you go back and put the other games? I can't remember. Oh yeah, Lazio and Bayern as well. That was a surprise. Lazio winning.
That's true.
At home to Bayern, yes. So yeah, that was a big surprise. I wasn't expecting that. Paris won. I was expecting Sociedad to do a bit better than they did.
So was I.
Yeah, but I mean, Paris got the 2 goals. We'll see the second leg, but I think that's probably done. Obviously, the other games, City as expected, Real Madrid as expected, but I think Inter they might regret not getting their goals because they missed a bunch of chances, and that's the thing with Martinez. Like, he's not clutch. He is not clutch. I mean, I've seen this guy. He'll bang in hat tricks against Torino and Genoa and stuff like that. But when you need him in like the big games, like he is not. He will choke like regularly.
But I'm telling you, because watching the game was up to Ram, it was nowhere. It was just
Thuram. Yeah.
I feel like it's really Dumfries that was creating most of the.
Yeah, when he came on, Arnautovic too. Arnautovic.
That's true. He got the goal. Yeah.
I was surprised. I didn't even know it was there.
Like this guy, I don't know how he ended up on Inter, man. But yeah, this season, I mean, they will put him on because their coach Inzaghi, he plans his subs. Like every game, like before the game, he plans his subs. So like no matter how the game is going, he does the same subs. So it's usually the same guys coming on for the same people every game. And he comes on like every game and has a shocker. Like every game he comes on, like he'll miss like 3 sitters. Like he's been getting like abused by the fans. like he'll come on and miss 4 sitters every game, bro. But he got his goal today. But yeah, they might regret not scoring more goals because Atleti, I mean, they can always come up and be a very like tough game, and
they're still dangerous.
Yeah, they're still in the game, so we'll see the return legs. But yeah, I mean, this last 16, I think everybody is just waiting for the quarters. Honestly, there's not too much like apart from Lazio, but I don't think they have enough to beat Bayern, even though Bayern's not been great. I think Bayern at home is gonna be too much for Lazio, and yeah, I mean, apart from that, I feel like everything will go. Maybe Arsenal Porto. That's probably the closest game.
Right. That might be a tough one.
Yeah. That will be a tough one. It will be a tough one.
Yeah.
But we can do it. We can do it. If we get an early goal.
Yeah.
We can get there.
Yeah, I think that early goal will be key because if these guys can start digging in and it's been 60 minutes and they're still 1-0 up, they're gonna use the dark arts, man.
I'll put myself out there to say that if we go through Porto, we'll get to the final.
Oh man! I mean, depends who you get.
Exactly. There's like some tough opposition.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
We'll get to the final.
Okay.
Wow. We'll remember this. It's on video.
It's on record.
It's on record, man.
Probably gonna get cooked for this, but
you think you guys can? You think you guys can beat Real just in the slide?
Yes.
You guys
I think we can beat anybody on our day. Anybody.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, man.
With,
Real
with,
is a
I don't
beast.
know because
with,
Real.
I mean, I understand Real is the pedigree, but is Real the best team in Europe right now? No, I think
They're not. When
I
are
think
they?
the best teams in Europe right now are CE, Liverpool, and Arsenal, and we've beat both of these teams this year.
But
So
look,
I mean,
Real
I know
Madrid,
Europe is different, but I'm
yeah.
just saying it's just me.
I hear you. I hear you.
I think that's a bit of a prem bias there. I think that's a bit
Right,
of a.
because Real Madrid, they win the Champions League without being the best in Europe pretty much
Yeah.
all the
That
time.
cannot go on forever, man. There has to be start doing something.
How many? 16 of them? Like, how many times were they the best team and they won it?
Like really.
It cannot go on forever.
Man, let's see. It's really gonna get interesting, as you said, Thierry, around the quarters, the semi.
It's my prediction. But I think it's gonna be a hard game though. I don't know. If you ask me, are we gonna go through against Porto right now? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't call it.
It might be a blessing in disguise for you guys. I mean, I know the league is not done yet. There's still.
But I think we got more chances of. I think we have a better chance of winning the Champions League
than the league. Yeah, yeah, true.
Wow, yeah. I mean, also, yeah, I wanted to bring up something. Obviously, I don't know if you guys saw the news about the new Champions League format that comes up next season. Just for the listeners, if they haven't if they don't know about it and everything, I kind of go through it and talk about the new changes, list the new changes out real quick. So it's gonna be a 36 team league format basically, and each team plays 8 games. So 4 home and 4 away. So they basically will divide everybody what they do now with the pots. So pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4, and you play 2 teams from each pot. So normally everybody should have a fairly similar schedule. The pot is not always the most indicative of the level of the team that's in that pot, but everybody should have a fairly similar schedule in terms of difficulty of games. So the top 8 go straight to the last 16. Position 9 to 24 have a 2-legged playoff, and the winner goes to the last 16 to play the other top 8, and the rest, position 25 to 36, are out. So obviously, going from 32 to 34 spots, there's an extra 4 spots. So 2 of these spots will be awarded to the 2 nations that do best in the season, the previous season.
Okay.
So the 2 nations that have more teams get deeper in the competition will get those 2 extra spots. So Prem likely will get the 1 spot most years.
Not necessarily, because there's only 2 teams from the Premier League right now in the Champions League.
True, but usually get a team that goes to the final, and obviously I don't know exactly the ins and outs of the point system, but the further you get, the more points you get, and then they divide the total amount of points you got by the amount of teams that were in the competition from that nation. So I don't know the ins and outs, but we'll see. I feel likely that the Prem will get the 5th spot most of the time. But we'll see. Obviously, there's years where other divisions do well too. And the other 2 spots, they just go normally, for your league position. And the final, I guess, main point is that there's no more because in the current format, you cannot play a team from the same country as you until the quarters. So they did away with that completely. So you may end up playing teams from the same nation as you at any stage now. So even in the group stage, Man City might face Liverpool, whatnot, something like that. So yeah, what do you guys think of the new format? I mean, if I can go first, personally, I think it's really interesting. I think it's really interesting. I see a lot. Obviously, there's people are going back and forth. Should we change? Like, obviously, there's a big debate. Um, it seems really interesting to me. It's nice. I like when things change up a little bit every now and then. I feel like it will add a different dimension. Obviously, it's more games now, which in terms of fixture congestion, they'll have to see how that kind of what kind of effect that has having two extra games for Europe. But I mean, I feel like you'll keep it more interesting. There'll be bigger games every week because depending on like this year, for example, in the group stage, with the way the groups were set up, there weren't many big games, so it was kind of boring. Obviously, we had our teams in there, but let's say Man U or Arsenal went in there, like there weren't many big games for you to watch if you're like a neutral, unless
As
your
you
team
said,
is in.
yeah, with the setup.
Yeah, yeah, with this setup. So with the next setup, I mean, each big team will play at least two other big teams,
Mm-hmm.
and then you play two other good teams from the second pot. So you probably have at least four games where you're like, oh, these are tough games. These are four tough games. But yeah, what do you guys think, and what are your thoughts on this?
Right. So I haven't gone deep into it, but when I first heard about it, I was thinking this sounds like the Super League.
It's the Super League. It's the Super League. It's the Super League. They just try to paint it. They needed more time to come up with their Super League, basically.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is,
Just to counter the Super League
yeah,
movement that's going
Idea.
yeah,
on right now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
yeah, I mean it's interesting. We're just gonna have to see in practice how, what's gonna look like, because the current format, although um, is a good format, it's again played out a little bit. So I mean, if it's something that will give more chances to other teams apart from the obvious teams that win it every year,
Yeah.
or give more opportunity to other teams, and then just give more money, because it's
yeah,
going to be all about money,
Yeah.
yeah,
to some teams as well. I mean, if that's the positive that we can get out of it, then I'm all for it. But how is it gonna plan out on the field in terms of format and stuff like that? The only way we're gonna find out is when it actually happens. So I mean, I don't have too much of an opinion about it right now. I'll probably need to research a little bit more about it and see what is being said about it right now. But yeah, right now that's just my opinion. It's just not. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Based on at least what you just detailed, Thierry, I think, as Jan said, it sounds like the Super League. They want to add pretty much more big teams from the teams that are going to be doing well during the competition. So again, as we said, that's at the moment at least it's more so leaning towards the Premier League. I mean, not for this season, but hopefully next season, once you will have back, let's say, even if an Aston Villa makes it there, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, you do expect those guys to go pretty far. Even though we were the letdown as well this year, Man U and Newcastle being the letdowns. You do expect them to go a little bit further than they did this year, and maybe get that extra spot. That would be good for the league, for the Prem, obviously. We're also hoping that other tournaments kind of pick up. It definitely raises the stakes to know that you're in the Champions League and you can play anybody at any time, and that you also helping your league by advancing, by doing well. That can be a boost. But again, as Jan said, we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. I just hope with all these changes, with all the additions of teams, is it gonna dilute it? Who knows? Because this year, for example, I know there was the AFCON. I know obviously there was the leagues and all of that, but you didn't really feel the Champions League as you should have. Obviously, maybe because Manu is out, so I don't really.
yeah,
I've completely checked out on that. I'm like, hey, I'm here for the spectacle, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. Even right now, it's the round of 16. I feel like they could be stronger.
Yeah.
Bigger
Yeah.
contest at the moment. But hey, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see.
Yeah, it's been
I had a question. I had a quick question though. Is it going to be the same for the Europa League and the Conference League too, or is it just
Europa League the same. I have no idea about Conference League, to be honest. But Europa League definitely the same
they'll
format.
follow the same format?
Yeah, yeah. So, I
I
mean,
mean, that
yeah,
sounds,
like you said,
like a lot more games than
Right.
usual.
I mean, yeah, it's two more games. It's two more games in the group stage. So the last 16 and everything should all be the same because obviously, well, actually, it's two more games in the group stage, and two more games in the knockout rounds because you do get that initial playoff. The Europa League already had that playoff, so I guess it's more the Champions League teams that will get. I guess they'll have that new experience of having that new playoff now. But yeah, I mean, it's a fixture congestion thing that's my main concern because obviously already with the normal format there is fixture congestion for a lot of teams that end up playing every 3 days, and that's a lot of games, for these players. And yeah, like you guys said, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm excited about it. I mean, more games. I hope the games are better because, like you said, Freddie, like I don't know, for me at least this year, obviously Man U gave us some drama because they were terrible, but there wasn't much else in the group stages. Like the games were very like straightforward most of the times. Like it's just a big team just like dominating a
the
smaller
Champions
team.
League always starts like from the quarterfinal onwards. Right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean,
not much excitement before that, anyway. So.
Before that, yeah. So if this creates more excitement before, I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, that's why we watched Europe. I mean, obviously, no offense to the smaller teams, but we're not tuning in to watch Real Madrid versus I don't know Union Berlin. We're tuning in to watch Madrid versus Arsenal or I don't know versus City. Like that's what we're watching it for. I mean, obviously the smaller teams gotta be in there too, and we hope that they can do well as well because we like an underdog story. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's good stuff, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us, and hopefully we'll be back next week for another episode reacting to the Premier League. There's not much this week. I think it's just normal leagues, right?
Just normal games this week.
Just regular league games.
Yeah.
You guys want to check out the fantasy real quick or no?
Sure.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, there's not much to see. It's just Jan doing well, and everyone's.
I know it's just.
Trash.
It was a rough week all around. So like it's a rough game week all around. Got a small red arrow over here. So.
Right.
You got okay.
I've had red arrows for the last couple of game weeks, so I'm back to.
Red arrow was definitely not in our league.
No, not in our league, not in our own mini leagues.
Yeah, not in our league.
In general.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can take a look at that real quick.
Definitely, you still got the gap right here between the first and.
Still got the gap.
Yeah, because Emmanuel just he had a rough couple of weeks too, so I was able to just pull away from him for the last couple of weeks. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, this league is it's mine to take unless I do an Arsenal from last year.
Yeah.
or if I stop playing.
Yeah.
Can't run out of steam now, man.
Let's get into it real quick.
Yeah, that's your week right there. I mean, that's
Arsenal is that goal they took was so annoying.
That killed me. And but I still
score.
Huh?
Didn't Gabriel score?
They didn't give it to him. They gave it as an own goal.
That's right. It was an own goal.
Yeah, they gave it as an
Wow,
own
he
goal.
went from like potentially like 12 points to 2.
I know. With that goal on top.
I took a hit this week, so I'm probably gonna get a -4. Well, I will get a -4. And
yeah.
And but I still got Tony to play tomorrow, so I'm hoping for big things.
I got him too. I know he's gonna come through, man.
Yeah.
I guess they've been shocking.
So, yeah, I got He Chan this week. He kind of blanked this week against Sheffield United, which is wow. Everybody's been scoring against Sheffield United. Why? I was it was between him and Bailey, and I was thinking if I take Bailey, I would have 3 Aston Villa players, and I wanted to spread out a little bit.
Yeah.
And Bailey goes and has an assist and scores, I think, and I'm stuck with this guy. It's painful, but you win some, you lose some.
Right.
Yeah.
So, red arrows are around. If you look at my OR, I'm back to 320, all right? 320K overall. If you go down a little bit.
Go down.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. You remember I broke in the I broke the 100K mark, and then now I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back
that's big. Mark. That's big, man.
Yeah. I've had a rough couple of weeks, but I still got my chips. So
you do, huh? Both chips. Free hit and wild card.
I still got all my chips. I still got my triple captain, my free hit, my wild card, and my bench boost. I still got everything. I saved it. So now it's gonna be the time.
You have to pull out those cards.
Wasted them cards.
I've been pretty conservative. I've tried to play it. Now I'm gonna have to throw everything at it if I want to.
Right.
To keep your place, LPL is rough this year, man. Yeah, go my team, man. Go. Let's see, ballers. Not really balling right now, but we're fighting for top 4 with Bruce.
Right, you guys definitely are. It's a nice race right there in the middle of the.
It is a nice race, yeah. Yeah, I brought in Chan too, thinking it's Sheffield United. He has to bag, but of course he doesn't. And then triple captain Phil Foden last week for the double. Does absolutely nothing. And then this week gets 11 points. So thank you, Foden.
I wasn't sure about that one, man. That Foden triple captain, that was risky, y'all.
That was risky.
Risky. And you had Solanke on the bench that week.
Yeah, I had Solanke on the bench that week.
Why? But Jota was. Did you not know?
Yeah, Jota got injured.
That's the game.
That was a double. Yeah, that was a double game week, so you couldn't do much about it.
Right.
Yeah, change it. And I think I brought in KDB that week, so I was expecting him as well on the double.
Do something. And he didn't play this week, did he?
Yeah, he didn't play this week. He didn't play in the week as well against Brentford. Like he didn't play midweek as well.
Right.
Yeah. So he's going.
Pascal Gross is continuing to get points though.
For real, he's a good.
Pascal Gross is the best differential.
Did you see what he did on the in the game against who they played again?
Just this week, right?
Yeah, man.
This week,
Everton.
He destroyed that. Yeah, Everton. I think it was Beto. You know the striker Beto.
Right.
But Everton. He had oh my god, you need to go and watch it. Just go.
I didn't see that.
Bro, the guy just twisted and turned the guy, yeah. I was like, seriously, Pascal Gross is a bowler, man.
He's a bowler.
And he looks so nonchalant doing it. It's like
yes.
And then oh my god, it's like you need to go and watch him. I'm not even gonna give it justice.
the streets won't forget bowler. That's
Literally.
what. That's why.
Yeah.
Exactly. This
That's
guy is a baller.
consistent.
He's not even. He's not even forcing it.
He's not. He looks like he's not even trying, but
No
yeah,
force.
yeah, but yeah, very very average team. KDB is definitely out. Yeah, Estupinian too. He's a letdown, bro.
I know Estupinian is not playing, man. I mean, he's a problem in my team too. I think I'm gonna get
He's a
rid.
problem.
Even Trippier
as well.
is a problem. It's too
Trippier
expensive.
has been losing points
Too
left and
expensive.
right.
Yeah, it's too expensive for it too.
Too expensive.
Literally. Yeah.
So yeah, I want a wild card, but I think I'm gonna wait because Yang was telling me a lot of teams blank on 29. So I'm gonna probably wait for that. But yeah,
Game
my
week
team.
29. Yeah, that's gonna be a big
Yeah.
game. So
Yeah.
you gotta save your chips, man. You gotta look ahead, man. I look ahead because a lot of people like Bruce. I know he won't have a team for game week 29. He's already burnt all his chips.
He's burned everything. he got
He'll have
desperate.
two players. He'll have two active players on game week 29.
Oh my days, that's gonna be bad.
Unless he starts planning for it now.
He's still in the race though for top 3 at least. He can even shake up Emmanuel right here.
Yeah, I might go for Emmanuel. Hopefully, maybe finish second.
Because he killed his chips early. I don't think he can.
True. And it didn't pay off.
Unless Emmanuel stops playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got FC Kotoko coming back, man. In a
little bit.
Man, after a rough first half of the week, first half of the season.
You tell me,
guys. He's starting to play now. Starting to play.
Oh, you still got one player, so you might get 60 points if he does well.
I hope Tony can bag a few, maybe an assist. You know, he can bang in some random goals. Hopefully, man, get a few points off of that. I know I can fight for top 3. I mean top 3. What am I saying? Top 4. Top 4 is even so tough right now with the guys.
How many points you have?
Right now, I think I have.
Nah, you're not fighting for that. You got 1297. Nah.
I know there is a gap. There is a gap.
There's like 200 points between you.
You're not fighting for nothing, bro.
I'm fighting for my honor right now, okay?
Yeah, that's why you're fighting.
All the players that below you are the players that stop playing.
Man, they're playing. Don't be like that, man. Stefan plays. Fafa plays.
Check his team. He's not playing. Well, Fafa plays. Yeah, Fafa plays. I don't know, Fafa. He's doing some ridiculous decisions.
He's so poor this year, man. He's not talking.
Looking at his team is like, what? Really? Okay, well, whatever. I mean, you're just playing for fun right now. You're not trying to get anywhere.
For real. He's trying. But yeah, it was.
You took a -8.
I took a -8, man. I had the leverage from the previous week, so I was like, you know what?
Yeah. Oh, got some 96. Oh.
Yeah, it was a really good.
You tripled Haaland.
Triple captain.
You tripled Haaland. Oh yeah,
this guy could have scored both games.
I know, right?
He could have
that first game
against Chelsea. Oh my God! Against Chelsea, he had like at least
so many open goals.
It was shocking.
Imagine if he had put them in, you would have got like 100 points.
I'm saying I was really counting on at least 60 from this guy. But hey, take the points, move on. I was like,
that's what you can do right now. That's what you can do. Just go as high as possible, man.
That's it.
At this point, don't even look at the mini league. Just look at your OR.
Yeah.
Just try to boost that.
For real. Well, I'm nowhere near though.
Man, you have 5 million.
5 million.
Yeah, forget it.
Damn. That's your far, man. Jesus Christ.
It's rough out here. I'm looking forward to next season already.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, bro. That's
for real.
Yeah, just try to get as high as possible.
Yeah, we'll see how we end it.
Another game.
Oh man. But yeah, guys, Good stuff, man. Thanks for joining. It was a pleasure again.